Hello again everyone, and I hope this wee video finds you all safe and well. I thought I would kill two birds with one stone in this very busy week and just make the wee video while I'm out walking my dogs. I hope you're enjoying the fine weather as much as I am. Right, so let me begin with a COVID update. I did say last week that the week before was particularly tough. I think that last week was slightly better. We had slightly less staff off and we had slightly less kids off. But nonetheless, there were still significant absences once again, and in particular the absences in Tyree Primary. So one of our classes having to be sent home and being asked to self-isolate until tests were done, until we received further guidance from the NHS. And I'm pleased to report that NHS has been back in touch and told us that as long as the youngsters are feeling well and that they've done an LFT and it's all showing negative, that they can all resume back into class tomorrow, which is great, obviously. In terms of the high schools, the absence rate in Bain and Tyree remains fairly consistent, with about an average absence of about 15% in Bain and about 5 to 10% in Tyree. Of course, in Tyree, the numbers are so small it skews the percentages. But these are still significant absences, and especially for youngsters who are coming up to their exams. So I still have concerns about that. But of course it is really important that no matter what age you are, if you're not well, stay at home. Stay at home, and then that reduces the risk of anyone else catching COVID, and we'll do whatever we can to support you at home, either by sending work home in the case of primaries or by using our VC facilities and Google Classroom in the case of the secondary schools, and hopefully that will keep everyone up and running and getting ready for their exams. But they should only be doing that, of course, if they're fit and healthy. So what else is going on in the schools? I mentioned last week that we had a couple of young staff who decided to go off to bigger schools and progress their career opportunities elsewhere, and our good luck and best wishes to Alistair and Sophie. And I did also say last week that I would bring in people as soon as I could, and interviews as promised were held on Friday, and we successfully appointed a new science teacher and a new socials teacher. And so I'd like to congratulate Joanna Martin for being the new teacher of science, and to Jennifer MacDonald for becoming the new teacher of socials. And we'll start both our colleagues as soon as we can. So moving on to the other significant issue that's going on in Tyree is of course the disruption to the network, the ability for us to access any form of communication really through what was referred to as the Swan network in my letter last week. Again, as promised, I had technicians come out from Bain High School, and we quite quickly managed on Tuesday night to get connectivity back up and running through the 3G network, and tested that with the youngsters on Wednesday morning. And in fact, I myself were joining VC classes along with youngsters to make sure that that was working, which it was. Initially we got the system working through kids' mobiles or through school iPads, and then we had it working through school computers as normal, thanks to the additional intervention of an engineer from Swan who managed to make it over in the Glasgow flight on the Thursday. The next stage of fixing the problem will be that the BT engineers who are responsible for the whole thing, they'll be out on the 8th of March, and we expect everything to be back up and running once they have visited in its fullest sense. But at the moment, every youngster can get on to their classes, access all the work that they need to access, and make progress. So my thanks to all the staff that have been covering that, all the staff that have been supporting that interruption, and especially my thanks to the technicians and the engineers who came out last week and helped me run round putting all the devices in place and testing that the classes were actually working. So well done to everyone. And I'd just like to add another wee thanks to Mark Vale, who also contacted the school and offered the support of Tyree broadband, and that was much appreciated. It was a great community spirit. Thank you. So that's it from me. It was just a couple of updates on COVID and on the connectivity issues to give you some peace of mind, and to reiterate my thanks to everyone involved for supporting the school and our youngsters. I hope that you have a lovely Sunday. It's a beautiful day, as you can tell. I hope it's beautiful where you are as well. I'll be back in Tyree on Tuesday for most of the week, and I hope to bump into a few of you then. Alright, thanks very much.